This works, yeah? Okay. I only have 7 minutes, so I'll do my best to get through the slides. Okay, so Just Rivals, it's where social interaction leads to consumer transactions. Right now, sorry. So we believe that competition and passion lead to rivalries, rivalries lead to sharing opinions lead to viral engagement, and engagement leads to brand transactions. Obviously, rivals are personal to all of us, regardless of the subject or the subject matter. The biggest debate in advertising, as we all know, is whether or not people want social engagement or whether they want consumers to actually create some form of transactional business. And that's why we came up with Just Rivals. So what is Just Rivals' value proposition? Basically, we want to create highly affordable, snackable content in real time. We want to dramatically increase page views and establish authentic revenue diversification. So creating content on Just Rivals' social platform, it's as easy as uploading photos, no different than other social platforms. The content is then threaded together and allows users to then vote and engage and share content virally. The content options that we work with, besides photos, include mobile screen capture, video, music, GIFs, and by the end of the year, beginning of 2019, you'll be able to upload and work with live streaming technology. How our partners create viral social and marketing campaigns. Each of the widgets that are created when you upload photos and the content are then shareable on all their social accounts through websites, blogs, newsletters, and on all of their interactive accounts simultaneously. The widgets, as I said before, physically after they're created, which basically takes about 30 seconds, can be embedded anywhere that the user or the partner wants the content to live. And then we'll focus on how we generate revenue. Basically, the revenue itself, it's 100% customizable in a pop-up widget. So this widget itself, after the content is created by a partner, automatically pops up after the user votes. It's customized by the partner. Whatever the company wants to physically go into that widget, that's basically a 300 by 900 pixel whiteboard that offers the ability to create links, branded transactions, etc. And simultaneously, this does not interfere with any of the user experience. So as you see here, we're working on putting together a deal with Drake. We have the opportunity where they can create the content after the user votes. Drake has the ability to then sell tickets directly to one of his concerts, or be in a position where he can promote some of his product, including whiskey and other things that he's involved with directly. After the user clicks on one of these images, it takes the user directly to Drake's website or directly to Ticketmaster to purchase the tickets. The transactions then link back to us, and we then get a commission and or a piece of the action of everything that happens. Impression advertising, we built a group format that allows actually communities to live on the site itself. And as they live on the site, advertising and other marketing can be generated around those existing pieces of content. How we collect targeted data. So the value proposition with creating of the widgets itself allows us to do what we call content focus groups, basically by placing content in a position where it takes the form of or replaces traditional polling or other things that you may see on other sites. But obviously it gives the flexibility, as you see what some of the relationships we're working with now attempt to do, either via a direct or indirect poll. The direct, obviously, can ask a direct piece of information, but obviously when you do something indirectly, the user itself does not recognize that they're being engaged in some form of data aggregation tool. We built open and closed focus group capabilities, which allow the user pretty much to be in a position with a partner where they can create content and share it openly and publicly in any format. Or we have created a focus group level of group technology where the actual polling itself or the content can be dropped specifically into a group where the only people that are part of that group can participate with it and it's not visible to the outside world. We also have the ability to adjust social campaigns on the fly, meaning that rather than having to take down a campaign, if a partner, if the sneaker company, for example, doesn't see the reaction or doesn't see the engagement that they're comfortable with, or they see something trending in a different way, the partner has the ability to drop out one of the pieces of content, replace it immediately with another piece of content, and then have a new thread begin where the transactions, or the polling rather, can then engage and see how it compares up to the first series of questions. Basically, we built the website, so we have a partner website where all the engagement from all the partners and all of the users live simultaneously. And the purpose of that is to give a 360-degree view of what the content does in context with other partners' content to gather interesting data points about what people like and dislike, what they want to share, what their behavioral patterns are in relation to not just their own brand, but other people's products and brands. So 2019, the plan is to go from what we basically launched, which is a simple A versus B model, which is incorporating in photos and videos, to becoming a complete 360 interactive experience. So we've built in technology already that allows us to use and engage with live video, polling, interactive social sharing, and be in a position where music and other forms of technology can be incorporated in, so you have a virtual experience. We did some tests with some teams live. We also built the ability to incorporate in real-time analytics into the voting or the polling or the sharing of the content, so that rather than just being something that happened previously or discussing what you just saw, we have the ability to now put in real-time statistics and data that allow the users to engage with what they think is going to happen in the future, rather than just focusing on what's happened in the past. Company overview. So in 2016-17, we built the platform that we have up now with $850,000 from funding from the Long Island Angel Network. Russ Arts, who I think was a speaker here a couple of years ago, who founded Computer Associates, and Boomer Esiason. We completed a 6-month beta test already. The metrics were pretty compelling. We reached close to 6 million unique visitors during that period of time. And we believe that with less than $5 million of total equity investment, we should be profitable. Competition, our main two competitors that we see, even though we're first to market with this technology, allows us to basically position ourselves as somebody that would be going against the rating site or the social networks. If you've seen in Facebook or Twitter, Snap, they all have the ability to have voting and excuse me, comparisons set up within those platforms, but technically that's just a subset of their overall model. Our management team, myself, our lead developer, and our CFO/operations exec, our board of directors, so Bob Cattell, who used to be the chairman of National Grid, who actually invested in the company primarily because of what he saw this being as a way to do social marketing through the energy space and helping it promote and market alternative energy. Eddie Zervigon used to be the head of private equity at Morgan Stanley, and Adam Haber, who's part of the Long Island Angel Network, who comes from the financial world. Our board of advisors are some pretty unique guys. Obviously, as you know, Carol's involved directly with the company. We have the vice president of Ziff Davis, Steve Master, who's the senior vice president of Nielsen Research, Mark, who is the CEO of Sabre, Bill Scroggs used to be the CEO of Bloomberg Sports, and Chad Cascaden, who used to play for the New York Jets. But most of their backgrounds, if you look and read about this plan in more detail, are based on data and research and come from heavy analytical backgrounds. Our financial overview, we certainly will incorporate it and be able to talk on more detail when we have time. Use of funds, right now we're raising, doing a $500,000 convertible note. Use of proceeds will go partially for marketing and then obviously technology and operations. And that sums it up. I hope I didn't run over.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I think Carol wants to say a few words about Just Rivals, and then we'll open it up to the panel for questions and then to the audience.
So I'm going to translate for the layman in the audience. So suppose you've got a product and you want to know if that product's going to do well, if you like that color, if you like that style. You can take your product, put it up against another product from a similar product from another company and say, what do you like better? Put it up on Just Rivals. And then you can, people click. And they tell you right away, you get the numbers of what they like and what they don't like. So suppose they like your product. They click on your product. Now a window comes up. You can buy your product, so you can buy through. So you can, oh, he's going to give me some photos here to show. So suppose you've got Drake. Which song from Drake do you like? Okay, we're posting two songs. You click on which ones you like, which ones you don't like. So now Drake will know people like me when I rap, they don't like me when I jazz. And he will know right away not to jazz anymore. And then he can click through and say, oh, look, I can buy a ticket to his concert, or I could buy his alcohol, which is the new Virginia Black. So you get numbers right away in real time. What used to take marketing and research 6, 8 months to come back and millions of dollars to tell you, we can tell you in a couple days. And we can sell your product while we're doing it. And you can make it go viral, not just by posting on Just Rivals, which has millions of followers, which many companies may not, but then you have everybody in your company posted to their social media. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. So comes back with a lot of information, you sell your product, and it's easy to do, and you can do it by yourself. How'd I do?
Yes, that's far superior to what I just tried to say. I don't even know why I'm here. Thank you.
I'm a layman who doesn't understand anything technical, but once he started explaining it in like layman's terms, I got it. It was so simple, so easy. I just wanted you guys to get it.
Questions from our panel? Mark, Steve, Swadek?
Yeah, correct.
And now you get it?
It's pretty exciting. How many customers do you have signed up right now? When I say customers, the users.
So right now, we spent, since launching this version, we signed up about 250 affiliate marketing partners. So between NHL, NASCAR, UFC, Bloomingdale's, Virgin Atlantic, we've got a pretty big list of partnerships. So we're excited about that. The next phase of the program will be to obviously build up unique visitors to the point where we can get 10 to 15 million a month. That's the next goal.
And what do you charge those?
So the way we structured the relationship with the partners right now, we're building around a revenue sharing model on the affiliate marketing side. Obviously, that for us is a 5 to 12% commission depending on the specific product line. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a layman's question. Do you have to be a member of the site to be able to vote on things, or can anybody go on at any time and vote?
Yeah, so anybody can go on and vote anytime. The partners, obviously, in order to create content, you have to register. But in order to vote and share, you can freely use it at will, which is why we've been able to create so much viral.
And to buy too, you can buy as well.
Yeah, you can buy. So after, as Carol said, when you vote, the second you vote on a lot of the product on the site, the widget immediately pops up. It gives you the opportunity to then transact immediately from that widget itself.
So really, your target audience is
Everybody.
That's right. The demographics. Listen. Obviously, you want to go after the 18 to 34-year-olds, which are the folks that spend the most time on the phone and on the computer, because this is mobile optimized. But at the end of the day, the demographics allow us to be in a position where if you want to have, and the reason obviously Carol's here, part of what we talked to her about is how we can do this to sell a lot of fashion and beauty and other products that are typically purchased online. So from our perspective, it's open to anybody. It depends on how far the partner wants to go to market what they're selling. Yes, sir.
So I'm sure this question has been asked whenever you make this presentation, but I'm going to be redundant and ask you anyway. Why are you in a space where Facebook dominates? What's the purpose? I don't see the purpose.
Yeah, so the purpose is to sell product. I mean, I didn't get into this. I mean, I like social engagement. I didn't get into this to compete with Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, I'm not at that stage in my life where I thought I could do that. The goal was, as a marketing guy, if we could come up with a way to create a way to sell product, market brands, and do things in a way that did not feel like you were asking people to purchase, that was the goal. And by creating content in the way that we've developed it here, the content itself becomes the marketing campaign. And rather than putting a person in a position where they feel like you're reading through general content, or you're sharing things with your friends, or engaging, because if you think about what you do on social platforms, basically the core niche and most of it is sharing opinions. Yes, I mean that's typically some form of back and forth. So from our perspective, we just wanted that small subset of what people do in terms of A versus B in terms of opinions, and then be able to have an opportunity to market to them without them feeling like they're being jammed with marketing or sales programs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta, if you have
Just
more
have a
questions for
comment.
Craig, we
Can I
can
just
do
make a
this.
comment to what his question was? I mean, I'm not
Sure.
your demographic. I'm of course older than that. I am not on Facebook. I do not want to be on Facebook. I would never go on Facebook. But this to me is interesting, and this I would do. So to me, you're not competing with Facebook, because I would never be on Facebook. But I would do this. I'm interested in this.
Excellent. Well,
And I
thanks,
didn't
thanks,
promote, I
Craig.
didn't prompt
No,
her,
no.
I didn't tell her what to say.
No, that's just me. This I think is fascinating.